The secret of freedom lies in educating people, whereas the secret of tyranny is in keeping them ignorant. To punish the oppressors of humanity is clemency, to forgive them is cruelty. The revolution is the war of liberty against its enemies. The Constitution is the rule of liberty against its enemies. The Constitution is the rule of liberty when victorious and peaceable. Any law which violates the inalienable rights of man is essentially unjust and tyrannical. It is not a law at all. Terror is only justice, prompt, severe, and inflexible. It is then an emanation of virtue. It is less a distinct principle than a natural consequence of the general principle of democracy, applied to the most pressing wants of the country. Crime butchers innocence to secure a throne, and innocence struggles with all its might against the attempts of crime. Again, it may be said that to love justice and equality the people need no great effort of virtue. It is sufficient that they love themselves. Any institution which does not suppose the people good, and the magistrate corruptible, is evil. The general will rules in society, as the private will governs each separate individual. Atheism is aristocratic, the idea of a great being that watches over oppressed innocence, and punishes triumphant crime is altogether popular. One could say that the two contrary geniuses that have been depicted here, battling for control of the realm of nature, are fighting in this great epoch of human history, to shape irrevocably the destiny of the world. The king must die, so that the country can live. Why be afraid, even to touch so many powerful enemies, who must be unmasked and defeated? Why preach confidence, when it is out of the question? I too demand war, but I will tell how, and on whom it must be waged. Our strength gives us the ascendancy of the truth over deception, and the rights of public interest over private interest. If the attribute of popular government in peace is virtue, the attribute of popular government in revolution is at one and the same time virtue and terror, virtue without which terror is fatal, terror without which virtue is impotent. Our weakness rallies against us, all the vicious men, all those who in their hearts plot to despoil the people. Everyone seems to agree that there is in France a powerful faction which directs the maneuverings of the executive power, with the objective of reviving ministerial influence at the expense of national sovereignty. It was necessary to examine scrupulously, determine the motives behind it, foresee its consequences, take stock of oneself, and adopt the measures